me your login, I will log in and post this.
Yeah. I don't remember if I have the actual email and password. So I don't think that woman was real. Not to sound schizo. But she told me she wants to see me living in downtown Montpelier and delivering DoorDash on an e-bike. And I told her, nope, I have a friend that has 100 acres in Vancouver on a mountain. Maybe I'll go there. And she's like, okay.
Yeah, have you washed your hands, Casey?
What are you, my dad? I was
your dad?
I thought about washing my hands right when you said, Casey, did you wash your hands?
That's good.
You guys have a spiritual connection.
At the same,
jealous.
Yeah, I was more worried about you being like not incarcerated than I was you getting sick for a minute. But you should definitely like really wash the fuck out of your hands. If not, take a shower. Like you definitely should take a shower. Like you could get really sick from. Like I mean, I understand that. Like. Yeah, no, I understand that you be having that outdoor lifestyle, and I feel you, but, like, ripping up a bird really could fuck you up. Like, you could get really sick.
Hermed?
Huh?
Hermed? Sick. Okay. So I'm going to figure out which of my emails. Let's go to the bathroom where I feel safe. Let's turn the heat on so I can feel safe. Okay. Oh, your mama ran off in the pondering rain. Nobody joined my stream. The new one's up. Okay.
I love CROWS.
Okay, I'm sending Wesley the login info. I just can't win, man. It's alright. Okay, we're gonna send Wesley. Wesley, you're not going to go on, even if.
I would never, like, I'm not gonna try to log into your other account, Casey. I'm literally gonna post a video. Like,
even if you're not. Okay.
I promise you, I swear I'm gonna go right back to my normal YouTube channel after this. Like,
No.
I'm pretty good about it. You can see what I'm doing.
Can you turn the screen share? Not that I don't trust Boone, but can you turn the screen share off when I send you my login info?
Yeah, my Discord is on the other screen. Like the screen share can. And I'll drag it off the screen whenever I'm login.
Let me know if that works.
Alright, I'll let you know.
Okay. Okay. I like feeling like this. I feel real. For a split second, I empathize with y'all. No diddy. I don't.
Casey, it says like it's sending you a confirmation code.
Okay, I just got from work. Westy got a
cancel.
Heather, did you call the police on me?
Alright. Oh, you're a legend for that. I would have sat there and been like, what the fuck?
Yeah. You got some sick ass recommendations, kid. Check his history.
Dude, I'm not, bro. I promise you, I am literally not here to do anything on his channel, like other than post a video.
I don't care if
Yeah, I couldn't even able to control myself. I would have to take your history.
I know, that's why I didn't want you to see it.
Dude, bro, I know what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be like Billie Eilish boobies, like in the morning or something, or it's gonna be like hot Japanese bitch making coffee.
It's gonna be also
Or like,
scripted like an Irish
Can you actually look at the search history?
not
I could, but I'm not gonna.
No, I mean-
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I mean, can you? Because I don't even know what's on there. I want to see Westy react to
go to his
what
YouTube
Casey does.
watch history too.
You
Can
can.
we see your video history?
I don't mind if you want to screen share it for Boone. I feel like this is a bonding experience.
Yeah, here, I'll put it back on the screen so Boone can see
You
it.
never took it off the screen, by the way.
What's up, Boone?
As long as you didn't get the login or anything.
Well, no, he
No, it was all blurred.
yeah, it says, yeah.
And also, I really don't think Boone would be on malicious
No, I
anything.
definitely wouldn't, but I would like check
I feel like
I feel like
Boone, if you actually tried to log into his shit, you would be so stupid because it would send him the email and it would tell him exactly where you're at.
Here's a VPN.
It would ping your IP and it would tell Casey your town. He would be on you. He would be like, "What about that pizza place?" Like,
okay. I'm safe from your world, alone in my house. Laying bed on the beach, going cry. Okay, I'm gonna take a shower. What's my charge at? 9 and 9%. I feel like. Call me a bitch, but I feel like I need you guys in the goddamn room while I'm taking a shower.
an hour.
You guys are my comfort streamers.
Well, thank you, Casey. You're definitely my comfort streamer.
The only hero I want.
Can you imagine if there was 1,000 people here? Ugh. If I was like Jay Schlatt level content, I'd literally have to live in the mountains and never go outside. There would be psychopaths on my trails that I like to walk, at the grocery store. But that's what I wanted. I wanted hired security and to walk around like the king in the north. Okay. Shower acquired. Shower engaged.
Picture of him with golden grill. Make the thumbnail of the picture of him. Breathing next to aggressive. Make it the inhaler picture. The inhaler picture is perfect. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm not gonna do it, but I do think Casey should take down the CROWS streams.
saved.
Yeah, at least for like.
That's 14.
At least for like 2 weeks.
It'll flag and take down his video, most likely, because I posted a video and hit the yes, it's for kids, and then they flagged it and took it down.
Okay.
I'm just worried about whoever that guy is. That seems like a social justice warrior. So
Not in a good way.
They might be, like how everybody was after Planet Hank. Like taking his videos and trying to find legal things for it. Because they feel it's so morally wrong.
What if that was Planet Hank?
Dude, I just saw myself in the mirror, man. I'm fucking obese. This is the fattest I've ever been in my life.
I don't think you're obese, Casey.
Bro, my fat is hanging off. Like, instead of having a love handle, my fat is hanging off the side over my fucking hip. Holy shit. Oh, I got a polar bar, so it's fine. I might end up looking like Kevin Gates. With like buff, but like the skin, because he stretched it out with the fat, the skin is just hanging down past the muscle. I might end
Casey, I think you already do look like Kevin Gates. While we're waiting on this to upload, can you go to the? Can we check his histories? He said we could. He said it would be a body.
I wanna let it upload, and then we'll do that once Casey's on the shower. I feel like it would be funnier once we like truly get Casey's reaction instead of shower Casey's reaction.
We all gotta go camping together.
I told the woman that I played with the crow like a Jeff Dunham puppet, and she's like, I'm going to refer you to a health group. I'm going to refer you to therapy.
I know, that lady was such a bitch. She was talking to you like you were like too autistic to understand what she was actually saying.
She had a predetermined bias and prejudice.
Yeah. I mean, she thinks just because you're she thinks that you're not all there. And she thinks because of that, she just thinks that you're just that you just can't think of it. She thinks that I actually hate bias. She actually like thinks she's like smarter than people. I hate her.
Yeah, they're playing a game. White people.
But even if you are like a weirdo, like it shouldn't good to like talk to you like you're a little boy. You're a grown man, Casey. I'm gonna refer you to the health group.
What I should have told her.
I'm not gonna say it straight up.
I didn't want to tell her that I've done actions that other indigenous people have told me they would recommend me to be able to wear a war bonnet in the context of me going to court. Like I've told.
You need a war bonnet. You need a war bonnet on every like inch of your feet.
I can't hear you.
You need a war bonnet on every inch of your being.
Yeah, dude. Maybe get a tattoo would be cool. Of a bear.
A whole body tattoo of a war bonnet. What do you mean?
No, but like imagine a roaring bear head with a war bonnet on it. As like a commemoration for 2024. I I have a picture somewhere. No, I can find it. I didn't like that she wanted John Michael's name. She was like trying me to find out when I told her about my brother passed on the sidewalk and they took a picture of him. And said, clean up the streets. Another junkie. She wanted to know, she really wanted to know his name. And it wasn't like I want to see the obituary in the news article. It was like what Al said. They were looking for things to use against me later. Like she was trying to build a narrative that she could use against me later, basically. That's what it felt like. Yeah. I don't think they're real.
That lady or June?
Like, I'm noticing now the way I talk to you guys is about like when I was talking about how I was mad about the people here that just like yell in people's faces and point at them.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm not pointing at you, but I'm like talking like I'm pointing at you.
Yeah, but it's good. You're doing it in an educational way that actually it fosters a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Well, it would not be the same without
Yeah. It might be narcissism. I might be a narcissist.
What might be there?
But it might also be cultural. Like, when I look at how Irish people talk, they seem to be the exact opposite of how I talk. Like, they're extremely respectful. And I don't care at all. But I used to be extremely respectful like the Irish people that I see the videos of. Like the way that they talk, like I'm talking about like Conor McGregor when he first joined the UFC. I talked a lot like that, and I'm talking about the way that the Prime Minister or the President of Ireland or whatever talked to Trump. There was like the way that he was focused and the way that he spoke. It's a good video because it shows Trump got humbled. Because the Irish people weren't playing the game and they were doing it a little better than Trump, I think. I didn't watch Trump with
Come on, Casey, fuck him up.
Fuck him up.
Fuck him up, Casey.
Who?
Casey, do you remember fucking with this year beating his ass?
Hold on.
You need to be quiet.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
No, it's for my good.
I'm not gonna lie, after hanging out with the crow, there does seem to be like a grossness that the showering is getting away. Like my hands smell like death. Like my fingertips smell like decaying flesh. And then it was after I wiped my eye, after I was stripping the feathers off. This morning. I didn't wash my hand after this morning. And I touched my eye, and then I just wiped my eye, and it smells like death.
Is Casey out of the shower? Is it time to look at it? Oh, no, he's not.
I'm almost out.
He's watching, boy. He's watching, boy.
Okay.
Get yourself clean, boy.
Boy?
I didn't mean to speak condescendingly. I was saying it jokingly.
Good podcast.
What the hell does Casey watch? I don't even know. It's probably tarot videos. And songs. Fuck! Unless he has access to my music.
I'm not gonna, bro. What are you? Why are you scared?
I don't know. Because they're mine. They're sacred. But if I die, I'd want you to match the songs of all the ones that I've been singing to the beats.
You're never gonna die. You are the Legend O'Brien.
I don't know. God be taking people, and we be...
No, he's not gonna take you. He's not gonna take the Legend O'Brien away from us.
That's my dad. And he's...
Can you not be it too? Are you not a legend, Casey?
I'm the guy who tells the legend.
You are the teller of the Legend O'Brien.
Yeah, I'm the one that shares the story of the legend. And in a way, I become a tree of legends. Okay.
Is it time to go through Casey's history?
Yeah, after we go to the history, I think I'm gonna go to bed. Breaks him up. Breaks up.
History time. Well, of course I did just like the crow burial video.
Segment 1, headdress.
Oh, he was watching a video about how to make a headdress. Obviously. Then you can probably learn how to make the headdress before you.
Yeah, I told him that too. That you can look and say that.
How to craft this tattoos. Feeding. live. We watched this on live.
I remember that.
We watched this on live.
Oh, you
What else
watched
did he watch and enjoy? Mexican OT, Bob Dylan, giving me a kiss.
You might see a lot of Sarah Safari, I'm not gonna lie.
Harry?
I don't know who that is.
Terry's and they can't be just.
You don't know Sarah Safari?
Terry's a shield.
After Obama's been lying to us, when the truth come out, the black community wants to be the same. After Obama's been lying to us. That's silly. That's silly. Oh no, I'm not gonna click it. Clarissa Shields. Damn, Casey, you gooner. Let's scroll. Sorry, Casey. Gooner.
I think I found her on the live stream and I commented, "This girl is black in America. We the Rebel Alliance for real." I said, "We the Rebel Alliance for real."
We're the real rebels.
And then the other girl, I said some shit and she got mad. The old woman talking about Michelle Obama.
I like this one.
What the hell is that?
I don't, it's like a guy with a special needs kid.
I don't even know what it is.
This guy kind of looks like he's special needs also.
Wait, who?
Christina, I almost went to jail tonight.
We know.
Never mind, he was just making a goofy face. I don't think he's special needs. I apologize to this
We
guy.
were there, Casey. What's wrong with being special needs?
No, Christina and Heather.
Oh, he has a butterfly knife.
Christina and
Oh,
Heather were
that's so
here.
sick. Oh, shit, stop us.
So I found a dead crow outside, and I took the crow and I bought soap, pliers, steel wool scrubbies, and a bunch of other stuff. And I was gonna take the feathers and make a headdress. So on the live stream, I pulled all the feathers off the dead crow, and I took its wings, and I did take its head off, and I was gonna make it into a chain. Yeah, so somebody from New York City called the cops, and he knew where I lived. So the cops showed up, and they really like, it was just weird. The cops were fine, but then the mental health worker was really weird. We didn't like her at all, and she was being mean to Al. And Al stuck up for me.
Or Billie Eilish. Was there no Billie Eilish?
And everyone here is connected.
Christina, I had the dead crow.
Christina's here?
Yeah, Christina, I had the dead crow, and I was holding it like a Jeff Dunham puppet, and I was making talk to the camera, like, "Help, he killed me, help." Let me smash. Let me smash. Please. Let me smash.
Hi, Christina. Hi, Christina. We're going through Casey's search history right now.
She said, "Hi."
Hey, go through his
JD, why were you listening to a Pink Panthers type beat?
I like that one a lot, actually.
I love Sexy Red.
Oh, and you were listening to a Kendrick type beat? Taylor Swift folk type beat?
I actually love Sexy Red so much.
The Family Guy Iceberg Explained.
I don't think you are, Christina, because I can just click on your name. And that's how I know you changed
I
it.
don't think you're Christina.
I can just.
Yeah, you're not the real Christina. Get out of here, faker.
No, yeah, and the real Christina wouldn't have just said hi to me.
Yeah, literally.
She doesn't like me anymore.
You're probably the person who reported. You're
She
probably.
said that she only loves Casey and men that are closer to her height. And I even told her that I'd get height surgery, and she still doesn't like me. So.
Yeah, they're looking at my YouTube.
I bet she's a
Your
reporter.
LinkedIn is in my search history.
J. Cole type beat.
We're looking at your watch history.
You watch a lot of tarot reading.
It's pretty much all I do. She said Casey is a god.
And J. Cole type beat.
J. Cole type beat.
I don't really like him. I don't think I've only found like 2 or 3.
Bad Bart Clinton video. Kendrick Lamar type beat. Kanye type beat.
See his search history.
Kendrick Lamar. Young Spirit. Minds Nexus Live. Accountability for all.
Can you keep scrolling, or is that where it ends?
No, you said what?
The real T is in my. I'll read you my search history for my other
I
channel.
don't know.
I have another channel, and that's where the shit is. That's where you're gonna
What's
find.
your channel?
That's where you're gonna find who I really am. Let me change accounts, and I'll read off my search history. I have a channel for gaming and random shit, and then I have a channel that's just my channel for music and content stuff. I love CROWS. So if I hit the search tab, if I just click the search tab, does it pop up? So I have Casey Francis O'Brien, I have Targeted Creole, I have Crossman F4 Break Barrel, I have Maggie Rogers, I have Tarantino Type Beat, I have Oni Plays, I have the Cine Stalker, I have Drewski Caleb Presley, I have Markiplier, I have Kendrick's Grammy Speech, I have Call Me Carson, I have Only Use Me Blade Girlfriend.
Call Me Carson like a chomo.
I have I watch Call Me Carson a lot. I have Jay Schlatt. I have the Urban Rescue Ranch. I have Nibson. I have Nexpo. I have Yogscast's Gym.
Zach Bryan. Why is the text jumping?
I have DeBaby Kangaroo.
Zach Bryan type beat.
I have DeBaby Kangaroo compilation. I have I Stole a Dog. I have Best of Zach Oni Plays. I have Sips Live. Who's Chips? I have Try Not to Be a Cunt. It's Christmas. I have Smosh. I have How Much Does a Protection Dog Cost? And then I have Cane Corso with Tail. And then if I go to my history, I looked up a lot of images of Cane Corso, or a lot of videos of Cane Corsos with tails. If I go to history, how do I check history? It's right here. I have Gideon. I have Stephen Wilson Jr. Theo Vaughn, Cops. I have a lot of NMP, LOL, and Catchy. I have Senna. I have Shane Gillis. I've got a lot of Theo Vaughn. It's just a lot of Catchy. I have Uncovering Finn's Tragic Future and Adventure Time. I have Sunday Conversation with Caleb Presley. It's a lot of Adventure Time video essays. A lot of Oni Plays. A lot of Catchy. A lot more Catchy than I'm comfortable with. I didn't realize how much I watch NMP, LOL, and Catchy. I have a lot of Call Me Carson. I have a lot of Smosh. I have Miskiff talking.
All right, I think I'm logging out of KP account.
All right. I have Apes Freaked Out. I have Xiaoman. I watched Xiaoma, NYC. The guy that speaks all those languages.
Yeah, that guy's cool.
I watched him with the monkeys. Apes freaked out when I spoke. He went to speak chimp to apes. Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Shane Top dropped a video. I've got Mr. Beast. It's just a lot of Smosh and Oni plays. That's pretty much all I watch. And I watch the same Smosh compilations in just different order over and over and over again. I watched 6 months of the same 5 episodes of Smosh. You have 2 Kangles. I love Kangles, but people are saying I can't have a Kangle and not have a piece of land for them. You need to have like 25 acres plus for Kangles, plus animals. Christina sounds rich as hell. Christina, are you a millionaire? Is your net worth over 500 grand? I looked up how much a community development person makes, and it's like she's well off. Yeah, it's like is it more than 100K a year? That's crazy. That's stuff I can't comprehend. Like yeah, Christina makes more than 100K a year. Christina's rich. She makes $1,500 in 4 hours. Christina, do you want to open a second ranch in Vermont? Do you want to open a shelter? Casey's. I mean, we're working on nonprofit stuff. Casey at Capstone is working really hard to figure out how to open up a shelter in central Vermont because of all the homeless people here. And I feel like I know how to make them better. But I'm really getting what I'm asking for, because I ask God, I don't want to make all these things, but I want to be able to be the one that makes it. Yeah, so I want definitely therapy animal programs. What the hell? I want homeless shelters to become homeless ranches, where they can spend their time outside instead of sitting in like a alleyway. They can sit in the forest. And then I want there to be a lot of work available, because people want to use their hands and they want to do something. Like, I go stir crazy because I don't have like animals to tend to. Yeah, and I just figured that, like, I'm running into people like Casey at Capstone that want to do a shelter. I figure the best way to cure addiction is probably a ranch. Like, it's showing me, we've seen for 20 years plus, however long this has been around, that the institutions are not doing anything to heal addiction at all. But most of my problems went away when I lived on land and I didn't have to worry about anything. Like, when I could just be there and wake up and I could walk around and I could be there as long as I wanted, and I didn't have to worry about the world outside, I healed pretty quickly. And it felt like the forest really helped. I think the forest was supporting me in that. I feel like the forest was actually taking care of me. So I want to find a way at least to make that happen. And I figured the best way to do it is to start small. So just like a simple system in place. Like, if I just did one ranch and I ran one motel program and I really ironed out these problems, then that would be the shining example, and then that would spread like wildfire. I don't really want to go around. I don't want to travel with the Peace Corps and work on building little villages. I want to make something that's perfect and copyable. that inspires others to do the same. But it's just, I've always been held back by money. I don't even remember the shit that I was saying last year. She grows and harvests medicinal herbs. Bro, Christina, you're living my dream. I wanted a whole shipping container full, or just if I had land, full of every single thing like Dr. Christina, you should check out, do you know about Dr. Sabi? Hold on, let me get my...
All right. I think I'm gonna get off the. I think I'm gonna hop off call, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, I'm probably about to hop out of here too.
What the fuck? We're just getting good. Christina.
Really? That was just getting good.
Casey,
Oh, no, she's,
what do you mean?
she's saying manifest it. A plot of land.
Well, yes, but we have had quite the event.
What were you warming up for?
Oh,
What's next?
It is 1 a.m. We're talking about putting in a garden in Christina's place with every single herb from across the world that heals all the different ailments.
Bro, Christina's so hot. Christina, can you hear me right now? I know she can hear me. Hi, Christina.
Night, Mom. I thought that was Meg. She changed her name to Meg. You said good night.
Tell Meg to have a bad night. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We love Heather.
Christina?
But not as much as I love Christina.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna hop off. I'll probably still be watching this.
Goodbye, Dune.
Bye, everybody.
I hope you find your Christina.
Alright.
I found mine.
Good night, Wesley. Bye, Larry. Bye. Bye.
Good night, Dune.
Meg is
Sleep
Heather.
good. Go to school.
Boone says he hops off at night, and then at 4 a.m. I look and he's still playing Roblox.
Yeah, he does that. Alright, I'm gonna hop off the phone, Casey.
All right.
Have a good night, dude. Don't say anything mean about me once I leave the call.
I might have to.
Well, the call was mediocre, guys.
I might have to pack up and leave tomorrow, man.
I'll make sure to hop in the call or hop in the stream tomorrow.
I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with all this stuff if I get kicked out. It's all
Give
right.
you a big backpack.
She said, "Bro, sounds so tired."
Alright, bye-bye, Casey.
Bye. Hope not, Casey. Shit. Heather, it's because you're married. They shunned Heather because I said, you're not talking to Heather like they talk to Christina because Heather has a husband. And I like Heather's husband. So she felt like Meg. I don't know. What if Christina, what if I manifested you? Did I manifest Christina with her riches? Yes. The coin said yes. Abraham Linkler. They said I'm good for the night. I don't know what I'm doing next, but I have faith. I don't really want to be an advocate at the church. That's what Al wants me to do. He wants me to go to church and be a youth pastor. Yeah. So someone in New York called, and the only reason I didn't get arrested is because Al told them that he saw the bird yesterday, and he saw it this morning, so we knew it was already dead. I think the crow had been there for the winter, and because the snow melted, it was unearthed. Like, its eyes were already gone. Yeah. Okay. I cleaned up that area. Let's clean up this area. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I had tons of dreams last year that I was like, if we can find just one rich person, look at all the things. And I had like this huge list of things. And I think that's what I posted. I posted a video about how I'm going to change the world. And it was just a big long rant last year. And there was a lot of stuff I wanted to do. I don't know if I said it though. I think I wanted to keep it inside and not share it. And now I wish I had shared it. But it was basically just a plot of land. And then another plot of land that I would eliminate rent for the kindest people that I met, so that they never have to worry about paying rent and they could save up and focus on better things in their life. So then I would have one plot of land for the kind people that don't bother anybody and that deserve to be rent-free, and I would say that forever you have this space. And then that bird was gifted to me. I mean, I cut its fucking head off, and I was holding it like I was gonna take the skull out, because that's what I read about taxidermying, is that people were, when they find dead birds, they were scrubbing the brains out and cleaning it, and then using the skull and the beak as a necklace. So I took the head off, and then we decided to put it in the woods. I decided to put it in the woods because a fox was calling out to me. And then I went to follow the fox through the forest, and then just in time, the police showed up. So I was in the forest. Your land is on... Christina, do you see how it all ties together? Like, you found it... This is like the soul tribe. There must be some higher purpose here. At the very least, it like validates things that people probably don't usually talk about. Yeah, Christina's got Christina has a 100-acre ranch, and she's like a community. She's like got a big government. I don't know. Is your job? When I think about a community development planner, that's like the person that's in charge of building the town. Like, your life must be like Farmville or The Sims, where you're just like cultivating, like you're playing like your life is like Clash of Clans, like a phone game. Just like upgrading the town hall, building this here, building this here. You're like a queen, Christina. That's what it seems like to me. And that's really cool. Like, that's probably what I'd want to be in my old age. Like, I don't know if I want to adventure. I don't know if with the way money, like with money generation now, it kind of seems, fuck you, it kind of seems impossible. You're in charge of building a reservation. Like a full-on indigenous reservation? Can I come help with that? Building the roads along building the roads along the ley lines with the trees, like figuring out the root system and the flow of energy through the town, and then so learning how to build the roads in a way that's respectful to the flow of nature, and then finding out the lay of the land with the properties and everything that's safe to build on, and then structuring it in a way that allows for people to like be invigorated by walking around. That's what I've been saying for years. I want to build like an eco village that sets the stage for everything. This is crazy. And then what else? I mean, I have designs for parks. I have designs for buildings. I would definitely try to make it. I mean, I would make it a hub for. Do you mind you don't have to tell me where you live, but if there's like a place, if there's a town I can Google, so I can see what it looks like. This kind of feels like my life purpose here. Building the new world to set an example for the rest of the world. And I thought that was going to be Brattleboro or Montpelier. She's a private consultant. That's crazy. What a fucking boss. That's insane. How did you find my videos? I don't want to put you on a call. It might shame Westy. If I called you, he'd never leave a stream again. But it's late. Fucking mold here. But yeah, that's really. Fuck. I think she is 27. You managed We've Empire Experience Tour. What the? Christina's got 17 jobs. You're a tour guide too? She manages tour guides and Barefoot Grill. She's 40 also. You manage the Community Link bus. Okay, I thought I was mad for a second. Don't call me Bud. God. That's what I'm saying, Heather. She manages all of these different things, and she runs a bath from her 100-acre ranch where she has 2 Kangles. And her name is Christina. Christina. Christina, what's your do you want a numerology reading? Let me get my notepad. I'll Google it. Butt out, Boone. We're saving the world here. You guys left. You abandoned ship. You've done one for me before. Okay, I think I remember a little bit. You're not a Scorpio. Were you the Virgo? You know, you're the Libra. You're the Libra, and was it a Scorpio moon? What was your moon? I don't think you were a 4. Well, now that I know about this, was it scarily accurate to your life? Our local health food store? God. Holy shit. Christina, you're going to need autistic people with drones to fight off the Matrix. You're literally setting the stage for the new world. Okay, let's see. Let me Google what you said. It was... You can Google X-Wisdom, bless you. So, I mean, I decided that 2025 I felt was still Cowboys and Indians. And then in 2023, I asked the universe for I was like looking in to show me what 2026 would be for me. And I saw this open field and a big rocky mountain that looks like Wyoming or Colorado. That's all I saw was like the green field, like a lush green field, and then sort of like the grayish mountains, like a rockier mountain. And I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know if it was. Come on, bro. I hate this. Heather sends a tripod. Thank you. People follow you for some reason. I mean, you've got the Libra is about balance. So I can see how your job is about mediating the chaos. So I don't know where I'm going, but I did see that it was like a big field and a big mountain. And I saw 2025 was going to be like yellow and tan. Scales of justice. Ex-Wiston experience. So if you look up just the word ex-Wiston, the first thing that pops up is ex-Wiston experience tours. And it's a picture of a face or something. No, fish. You manage. Christina, this looks like heaven to me, man. I might cry. No homo, I might cry. It's just weird that right before Christina, I don't think it was a rocky mountain, but it was just a big mountain, like a mountain that's not like Vermont. Like I wasn't used to how large the mountains were. The cutting of the dorsal fins. I see that. I like that it's red. Those are my favorite colors right there. The red and the gray. Like all my stuff is red and gray. The color of this wood is really cool. This is incredible. Heather, you should Google it. If you don't have two phones, but check this out. I'm scared, man. I can see that it's a simulation. I have faith in God. I'm always a little bit worried that there might be a time limit because Revelations really puts a time limit on you. So I'm always worried that, if I don't take enough action quick enough, life might get stripped from me. Like it just seemed like locust and pestilence. If you're trying to explain drones and nanotechnology, COVID viruses, if you're trying to explain that to people 2,000 years ago, they're not going to know. And you would probably not show them that because you wouldn't want to influence their technological advancement. And you told me you do, sweat lodges. God, this is the type of conversation that would scare my haters. But no, yes, at your end. Yeah, it's out of the country, which might be better. Christina, how do you feel about Trump talking about the 51st state and trying to take Canada by force? And France just brought a nuclear sub to Nova Scotia, which is like 3.5 hours from. No, it's like 7 hours north of me. There's a nuclear sub sitting at 7 hours from me. Because France said it's going to stick up for its allies. Because Trump said he was going to starve Canada. until it became 51st state. He said he was going to take all of their business and make them economically collapse until they joined as the 51st state. And then he said he's going to, and then he said he said he's not going to go to war with Canada physically, but he said Greenland, we're going to take it either way. Moved there 3 years ago, and every time he visits, he seems so happy. Yeah. I mean, my favorite Indigenous content creators are in Canada. LJ Muskwa. And I used to talk to him a lot back in the day. Too worried. God. It's weird. So I wanted my life purpose to be finding places like Christina's Town, and then finding places like Brattleboro, and like developing eco villages. And back in the day, I wanted to just make my art, and I wanted to travel between all the different ones, making it better, like a consultant, basically. That's what I was looking for. That's what I asked the universe for in 2022, when I like left home and I would just sit around in the car thinking about what I wanted and like experiencing all the different parts of life to really get a feel of like what I wanted to do with the rest of it. And I felt like it had to be mobile. Like I liked the feeling of getting on a train and going somewhere where I feel like an amazing journey. And then 2023 and 4, I found the Indigenous stuff. Like the first time I ever thought about the Indigenous stuff was with Cernanos and the Wendigo, because I saw that. And then the next time I thought about it was I've fed seagulls every morning, and the whole town, like the city of Burlington, was really pissed because the seagulls were shitting at the skate park. And then, well, I saw an image of you in like a sort of like not a bunker, but just like a closed-in facility, and it looks like it's underground, which might be just a representation of the algorithm. And I saw before you said the algorithm, before you were or maybe while you were typing it, I saw aliens, like the gray aliens, moon-eyed people, whatever. I saw them the same way that I had that dream a couple years ago about being in the underground bunker, and I was eating the cake, and the aliens were carting I had a dream a year ago that I was in an underground, before I knew I was going to wind up in Randolph. I had a dream that I was in an underground fallout shelter, but it was shaped like Vermont vibes, and it was underground, and it was big, in these little tons of these intricate tunnels. And I was like hiding to try to eat the reserves of like the nice cake in the shelter, the fallout shelter. And it was a big one in the mountains. And I looked out the doorway, and there were these gray aliens that had the elongated skulls up, and they had these weird robes on, and they had each had a hand on the shoulder of this old, larger woman, like an angry white woman, country, kind of stupid. And she was like looking around, like not realizing that she was in a dream, and the things were pushing her down the hallway to a different place. And she looked at me and she was like, I don't know what he's up to. And then walked away. And then I went into the kitchen and I started eating a purple cake, and then I woke up. So I just saw that same area in my head before you said algorithm. And I saw the aliens. I saw you sitting at like, I don't want to say a throne, but you were sitting at like a place of power, and they brought the picture of the YouTube video and carried it to you. And then you said the algorithm. So I don't know why that popped up, but that happened. Just like early, I've been saying things all day. We're getting a lot more connected, like the age of Aquarius. Like people ask me questions, and I'm able to sometimes respond with the answer they're looking for. Like they asked me to do, Ware asked me to do a reading for a random birthday, and he wouldn't tell me who it was. And I guessed pretty much like 9 out of 10 boxes for who it was. And then earlier today, Westy had a surprise for me that he made a pair of pants with Angry Birds on it. And I was talking to him about clothes. And then the same way that popped into my head, I said, Angry Birds. So I think that there's stuff around us, like maybe our ancestors. Do you have Rh negative blood? Christina, how long have you been watching? Damn. Yeah. You have Rh negative. Yeah, maybe she's not real, Heather. Who knows? Maybe it's a God dream. It was made on purpose. A few months now. Yeah, my family's Rh negative. On both sides. Do you have a gold ring around your iris? Like you have like greenish brown eyes with a golden, like a yellowish gold around your iris. You're a bot. Christina knows TikTok lore. This is crazy. Looking at the tour. So she's managing this tour place, and then she's developing a reservation. I mean, the first pointer I need is that I think you need a free gym. We have honey color. Let's look at mine. Do I still have it? Can you see it? I don't know. But my dad, I can show you a picture of my dad. My dad has it a lot more than I do. He has a bright gold ring around his iris, and that's present in people with Rh negative blood. And my mom is full on Rh negative. And I think I'm A positive, I think. My hair's coming back to its majesticism. I think I'm A positive. And my mom is Rh negative. Oh yeah, Christina has a Leo sun, and she's a Libra, and my dad's a Leo Libra. Heather doesn't know her blood type. I told you, Westy, you're missing out. Westy's missing out. I told you. That's why they had to dip. They couldn't come along for this journey. They both at the same time felt like they had to go. Your eyes turn light brown. That's pretty cool. All right, I feel better. The sound from your hair is blown in my eyes. Blame it on the beach, grown men don't cry. Those are the best signs to have for a large property. With a life, okay, so you have, let me see. So the mutable, I'm pretty sure, let me find out if, is Leo mutable or fixed? Okay, okay. So the thing about Sagittarius, part of the reason that we're like this constant flow, this like this revival, this rejuvenation, is because it's always focusing on change. changing, like I'm always changing, I'm always going through experiences and changing, that's called a mutable sign. So see, what do mutable signs mean? They're the chameleons of the zodiac because they're known to have a changeable nature. They're the signs that end the 4 seasons, or the mutable zodiacs. The cardinal signs are the most powerful. What are cardinal signs? So it's either cardinal, mutable, or fixed. So cardinal signs, they're the leaders, the trendsetters, and the idea people. The visionaries are able to tolerate new beginnings and change. The innovators, the pioneers, are the cardinal signs. They're sort of setting the stage. So you're a Libra, which is a cardinal. Libra is the cardinal heir. So if you were, let's say that I was going to war, and it would be more like let's say like a brigand of Rangers, or let's say like Chris Pratt on the motorcycle with the Velociraptors. I mean, that's not a good example because I'd want to be Chris Pratt. Let's look up a metaphor. Let's look up Ask ChatGPT. Basically, the point is that the fixed signs are the ones that are stagnant and they're strong and they don't really like to go places. Their life mainly consists of they don't like the constant change that much, and if they do, it's probably more of their numerology or their name or their life path, stuff like that, and then that helps with the momentum of the stagnant force of them. But fixed signs are the people that I wanted to, like, when I was thinking about it, because I used to think about, what up, Lindsay? Hold on. So, yeah, Leo and Taurus are both fixed signs. So I want to make sure that I say it right, because are Leo and Taurus, yeah, I already know they're fixed signs. Can you give me an in-depth, okay, let's talk to it. Hey, ChatGPT, I have a question. Can you hear me? Come on. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, yep, I can hear you loud and clear. What's up?
Hey, I'm on a live stream right now, and I'm doing numerology and astrology readings, really picking apart people's lives and showing them the intricacies and the grand design and the scheme for their life that allows them to have this beautiful experience. And we've got a lot of really crazy things happening for us. We're making a lot of meaningful connections, a lot of like God send stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to ask you, we have a Libra here, and she manages a town. She's building a reservation, and she manages a lot of different stuff. She has a 100-acre ranch, and she has 2 sons. So I was saying that her being a Libra named Christina, and she has Rh negative blood, and then she has 2 boys that are a Taurus and a Leo. And I was saying that there's probably a reason that she's a cardinal sign and she has 2 sons that are fixed signs, and she seems to be managing a lot of different things with this ranch and with the city and all the different things she's working on. Can you see and explain to us how Leo and Taurus as fixed signs are perfect for that? How did their role as a Leo and Taurus come into play? And how does her as a cardinal Libra help with all this?
Hey, so Libra as a cardinal sign is all about initiating and balancing energies, which fits well with someone managing diverse responsibilities. Libras are often natural mediators and bring harmony, which is essential when you're overseeing a community or a ranch. Now, having two suns who are fixed signs like Leo and Taurus means they're likely dependable, steady, and bring a sense of stability. Taurus is grounded and values consistency, which complements Leo's confidence and leadership. Together, they can offer a solid
It cut out. I made a noise and it cut out. Let me know if you heard that well. I like that. It said that you brought harmony and balance to everything, which is what I was trying to say. And then it said that what I didn't know is the word stability. Is that okay? Then I'll say it again. Hey ChatGPT, we have a person that's a Leo. No, we have. Okay, hold on. Hey ChatGPT, what's up? Yeah, it's this phone. ChatGPT, can you tell us? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly. What's going on?
Okay, we have a person that's a Libra that has a 100-acre ranch, that is a community development planner. She's building a reservation. She manages many different businesses, basically like a boss queen. And she's a cardinal sign Libra, and her sons are, and she has Rh negative blood, and her sons are Leo and Taurus, which are both fixed signs. I wanted you to give us a synopsis, which doesn't have to be brief, about all the different ways that those roles and how they may be divine ordinated come into play, and how they would help her, and what sort of their purpose would be with all these different things that she's doing, and more about what a Libra named Christina would be doing and what she might be doing with all this stuff.
Sure. So a Libra, especially one with a leadership role, often thrives on balance, fairness, and building harmonious environments. Being a cardinal sign, Libras are natural initiators. They often pioneer projects and lead with a strong sense of justice. If Christina's got sons who are Leo and Taurus, that brings an interesting dynamic. Leos are bold, confident, and have a natural leadership quality, perfect for front-facing roles or activities requiring visibility. Taurus, on the other hand, is grounded, practical, and consistent, offering stability and endurance. A Libra like Christina can unify these energies, ensuring both creativity and reliability in their endeavors. It's like blending vision with staying power, which is pretty powerful for community development.
So the name of my show, they told me that at some point your soul names itself, and that's your real rite of passage. Like all my spiritual teachers told me that at some point in your creative journey like this, you come up with who you are. And the guy that told me that was a guy named Ralph Smart, and he goes by Infinite Waters. So I was thinking about it, and I decided in 2022 that my name would be Wildfire, because of the fire and earth element. And then I've had people come up to me and show me a burning tree tattoo. It was a girl that showed up with a bunch of Irish stuff, and she helped me. She bought me a tire. My tire popped, and I was living outside Walmart. And I was living there for like the winter, and I needed a tire. And she just walked up to me one day and bought me a tire. And she had a burning tree and a bunch of Irish stuff. So I asked her about it, and she said, "This is my wildfire tattoo." So I realized that Sagittarius, Taurus, and Aquarius, it's fire, earth, and air. My family, my family's all fire and air. My cousins are fire and air. My aunt is air. No, my cousins are both fire, Aries and Leo, and I'm Sagittarius. So the three of us, when we grew up together, were the three of the fire. And then we had the two Aquarius parents. My mom's an Aquarius and their mom's an Aquarius. So we all grew up together. And then my dad was on the mountain as a Leo. And then my foster brother, John Michael, was a Sagittarius Taurus, fire earth. And then all of my Irish friends that I made music with when I grew up, they were all fire and earth. And then when I found the wildfire, all these different artists that I worked with were fire and earth, and then air as the mediator. Because air balances fire and it sort of harmonizes and keeps things together. It blends it together. Without it, they would be too out of this. They need the air to balance everything. So I called it Wildfire. I called my show Wildfire. Like my Casey's life story is called Wildfire. So it's not, I don't think it's a coincidence that you're air and then you have fire and earth. Because Boone is earth and Westy is fire and Larry is air. There's no water signs going on. And then Heather is fire and her husband is earth and her daughter is air. And then I think she has 2 more earth and 1 more air. There's no water signs happening here. It seems like pretty much all of this is just us kicking out cancers. Like every place that I go to, it's a bunch of fire, air, and earth. And then we have to kick out the water, which is cool because we're like a rampage against the age of Pisces. The energies that we're bringing on the planet together as the wildfire, which is what I wanted to say, the spreading of whatever I was doing, whether it's the way I see things or my creative style or my song or my essence or whatever. I always felt like that's going to spread like the tree and grow into every garden. So I've just been waiting for the right time where I become the right person to reach out to all these different people. Like even in Miami, it's an earth and a fire together. And then Owen Cook, I think, is a fire. It was Owen Cook and Elliot Hulse I grew up with watching, which is fire and earth. And then the only water sign that I really have are like I have like, let's say if I took 100 people from my life, 10 of those people would be water. The rest are fire, earth, and air. All my girlfriends are fire, earth, and air. I've literally got, look, talking about Taurus and Leo. Like, even over there and over here, it's just red, green, and white. Even my guitar now. Those are the motifs that build up the theme, which is a part of the narrative, the big story overarching everything. Like, I don't feel the need to rampage through Vermont anymore. I thought that I had to stay in Vermont, and I still feel like there needs to be something here that's stagnant forever, like buying a property. And I don't know, I know I want kids. Maybe at 27, I'll have my first kid, I don't know. But I thought about traveling with the kids. Like I thought I was gonna be rich, and then I'd be able to travel and raise children traveling. Because I thought that would be a really unique way to raise children. But maybe that would be detrimental for them. And I think I might name my first son John Michael, after the kid that I raised like a son that I couldn't save. Maybe John Michael Kenny McManus, after the fiery king. Not McManus. O'Brien. Maybe John Michael Magnus O'Brien would be pretty cool because his last name was Manus. And then Christina, you might like playing this game called City Skylines, or Prison Architect, or RimWorld. There are video games that are like, they're really cool games. Okay. I don't know, I feel like I wanted something in northern Canada. I wanted something in Arizona, or like the south there. I wanted something down in like Panama or Costa Rica. I wanted something in Vermont and Maine, up to Nova Scotia. So I guess my life does fit together with Canada becoming the 51st state. This is a nice car. A 2021 Dodge Charger. It's my colors. Why does the algorithm know my preference? Why does the algorithm know that I want to look at this car? And they're selling $300 mini bikes. I can afford that. It's like a week of work. Canoes. I was hoping ChatGPT would have more. I didn't ask for an in-depth review the second time. But yeah, it's basically what I was saying, that the cardinal sign with the fixed signs, if you had mutable signs, they probably would have left. Like they would have wanted to fly the coop, and they would probably they'd probably see you as like a safe place, but I don't think they'd feel comfortable sticking around. They'd have to go off places. Like the only time I've ever seen Sagittarius ever want to come back and stick to a place was after a big long journey across the country. They had to do it once before they would be comfortable coming back, or else they were always like, I need to get out of here. Everyone that I met, every single Sagittarius I've ever met was antsy until they took like a random adventure across the country. And then they came back and were like, okay, everywhere's pretty much the same. And there's more meaning in community. And I have that. But now I feel like instead of like a tadpole, I'm a giant tree. Like I used to be like a tadpole swimming across the country. And now I feel like I'm a giant tree that's already established. Like the Ents from Lord of the Rings. Like I can just pick up and walk around. And I don't need to go anywhere. I'm exponentially bigger. I don't know what to do. Let's manifest autistic people that love catching up on current events to accurately give us what's going to happen. Because I know they have armies of drones that they can put a virus in. They already have AI that we breathe in and it goes into our bloodstream and then it coagulates and gives us heart attacks. Or it can repair damaged tissue. Or they already have that control over human cells with cells that are self-replicating inside the body. I don't know how. I don't think they're they'd have to be able, which they can do. Like, I don't see any reason that you can't zoom in. Like, if you already have cells that are controllable like that, you can just zoom in at a microscopic level. I don't know if they probably have, because everything is just as above, so below, right? The golden spiral. If you can make something like a chip that's this big, so let's say you have a camera, and let's just call this chips with technology inside it. Like they look like sigils. How long have I been muted? How long was I just muted? Oh, y'all gotta tell me if I'm muted. I was saying that if they can build a camera that's this big, they can build a camera that's microscopic. They just need smaller and smaller tools to make that happen. Everybody's been saying that all week, make it happen. They've been saying it over and over and over again. And that's my logo, my slogan. But I don't know what to make happen. Like, now I have a network of people across the world. Like, I know that I have the potential to do something amazing, but I don't know what to do. I think it'd be cool to do the innovation to allow the higher energies to come in. So to build sort of like a portal for peace. And if instead of like a matrix factory of harvesting fear, you find good people and you build like a safe haven, like a utopia community that I guess now I understand the value of, how to not make it so that, good times create weak people and weak people create hard times and hard times create bad people and bad people create good people or whatever that cycle of good times make bad people and bad people create hard times and hard times create good people and good people create good times. So I think I know enough about how to create a society that allows for, and it's a lot like Vermont, where it's spread out and the communities are small and there's value in hard work. Blame it on the beach, grown men don't cry. Fuck whoever called the cops. Okay. I still have the stuff. I already buried the crow out in the forest respectfully. Okay. But yeah, if I had a community, I would definitely give it a free gym. Like a Muscle Beach type situation where anyone can go and work out and there's no problems with that. So like, because that solves a lot of problems in communities, having access to a free gym. But I see why towns don't do it, because it generates income, which is good for business. Like, you don't want to put a free gym out there because then people would not pay. But I think freedom is better. I think that it would create more healthy people, which would create a better experience for everybody. It would also, access to a free gym at all the time and make it part of like the social structure to like have free gyms. And if you're indigenous, Christina, you have the stage to allow for the culture that they tried to wipe out. You have the potential to create something that grows that culture in a way that is eternal, and it will spread to the rest of the country. If you're making a reservation, you can center it around the teachings of the people. So I would have elders come together. I would honestly, like, I would probably make an arc of it, of going and recording myself talking to these elders and really getting an understanding of the land, like the 1133, to like bring it the way that you probably balance and harmonize all the Aquarius in me brings it all together at a high level. And then the Sagittarius and then the Taurus rising, I'm just this big giant amalgamation that creates the perfect thing. So that's what I would do. Try to find a way that respectfully modernizes the sacred teachings in a way that is anti-colonization. Like, you have the chance here to give them what was taken from them. An actual safe haven. That's what I'm talking about. That's been coming to my head a lot. Safe haven. You have the potential to build a literal safe haven here. And that's what I wanted to do for Vermont. I wanted there to be fruit trees. I wanted there to be solar panels on all the buildings. I wanted there to be hydroponics, water wheels, upgraded irrigation, but in a way that's more immersive so that the people are still with the planet. Like when you see the wild robot, the robots are out picking trees in a giant facility. I feel like that takes away from humanity. Like, I don't want to make the planet where most of us are living in a floating city. I would want to make it so the Earth evolves with us. But I guess the Age of Aquarius is actually detached. So the Age of Aquarius would be spacefaring. I don't know. I would have murals. Like, I'm seeing how the slopes of through the town, I would see the colors, like the same red and gray of those fish. I saw like these beautiful, just like I saw in Brattleboro, they have green. For some reason, I feel like your town is red and white. Your res. But I see these beautiful murals, and that's all I see. Because then the word economic services popped into my head about having to call about tomorrow if I'm getting kicked out or not. The Sarlacc pit. I see palm trees, but I think that was just reminding me to stay in alignment. Christina, why do you say your soul is corrupt, but you're doing all these good things? Oh, I didn't have all messages on, so I didn't see any of this. My fault. I didn't even know Cooper was in here. How the high school here is called Wildfire. Are you kidding? The high school there is called Wildfire. Hippie names. LOL, name of mountains. No patchouli. He had a physio today starting unit. I don't know how to help there. Thanks, Jarvis. Did you tell him I gave him the pass? He's in the chat. Yeah, he knows. Ryan? What the fuck? Ryan Clobberdins? You literally manifested her. I don't know. But I know as long as I keep pumping that up, I feel still on Earth. Okay, I have to keep cleaning this and I have to take out the trash. Let's make sure my phone is charged. I'm the king in the north. And she's more north than me. Sing my old songs and tell me okay. Let's get the stuff fuck you. Let's get the stuff that I don't need. Oh, I highlighted that. Blame it on the beach, grown men don't cry. You think your high school is really called Wildfire? The Casey arc is he leads the indigenous people to freedom. He drives out the evil forces. So in 2022, when I decided my name would be Wildfire, a wildfire burned close to where she lives, and they retired the logo. So they had wildfires as their logo, and their mascot was called Hotspot. And then the Earth, Casey with the Earth, rampaged and erupted in a wildfire. So out of respect for the victims of the wildfire, they changed their logo and name. Do you remember that beat down basement girl? Sing my love songs and you tell me about how you hung up in the pouring rain. I remember. I'm literally a homeless man. I'm literally tired of my hair and my. Blame it on the beach, grown men don't cry. I said I wanted to make leaders. Like that's that. I said I wanted to be the king of king, or that I am the king of kings. So I wanted to travel around. I traveled around Vermont and then met people that work at community action programs and people that are town managers and people that own businesses and people that have big families. And I said I wanted to help them help everybody. Like I used to walk into classrooms and help my friends with their homework and stuff. And I would just walk into random classrooms and make jokes and like have fun with the teacher and like draw funny pictures on the whiteboard. And people would call me a sped and I'd walk away because I was like, I'm just having fun. I don't care what they think. But now that I'm older, I'm like, shit. I walked into classrooms and I drew a self-portrait. So I walked into like all the classrooms and I used to draw on the whiteboard pictures of me with the hat. So I like embedded in everybody's mind like the tree growing through every day. Singing my love songs and you tell me about. I'm getting really used to Westy and Boone being here. It feels almost incomplete now without Westy, Boone, and the occasional Larry Quip. Come on. He's 14. He's a trolley-oly. He's a little trolley-oly. What should I caption? Pick to a megalith. I don't care. I didn't like that you kept changing it every day. I was like, go outside. It's about the content, not the image. It'd be funny if you change your name to The Meg. I think. I'm fighting off anxiety. I don't like that she wanted to know what it was just a bunch of control shit. She really wanted to control me. She kept stepping in. and she wanted to know my room number. She wouldn't leave unless I told her my room number. Heather, it happens. You be having, at least from what I see, you have them like 3 times a year. But in the summer months, it's like every other. It was pretty. It's like summertime and wintertime. There are times where it's like you seem gone for weeks, and it gets bad. I don't know what it is, but it do be happening, and I don't know what to do. And then I'm an empath, man. It rubs off. So then if I'm like only, like if I'm only talking to you, or if I'm like out in the woods, it was starting to get to me. It got to me a lot for a long time. How do you like the caption? So I'm posting the picture of me with the crow on my Facebook. How do you like the caption? I got friends in crow places. Or how do you like, I got eyes in the streets? Or how about a little birdie told me you a bitch? 1, 2, or 3. One is, I got friends in crow places. Number 2, I got eyes in the streets. Number 3, little birdie told me you a bitch. I mean, my grandfather's going to see it, but it's okay. I might go with number 1. Crow friends? I posted 3. Little birdie told me you a bitch. I like what Brian's doing, but I think he needs his own separate Facebook. That was my problem. When I was just posting for people on my Facebook, it went nowhere. But when I started posting for other people and like throwing it out there, that's how I built this community. LaQuisha. You understand? LaQuisha Bobisha. Blame it on the beach, don't. No, I mean with the he posted on Facebook. I purposefully didn't share some of these scriptures so that you would look them up. And I don't think he even knows who you is. I don't know who he's talking to. He said he posted like a really long stuff. And he said I guess he was sharing some scripture before. And he said he purposefully left some stuff out so that you would look it up. And I don't think anybody's looking it up. Like, he doesn't have a community centered around it. That's what I needed. That's just his Facebook. Like, the problem is, it's just, it gets to your head. I like what he's posting, but it's got to be more digestible. Are you talking about Daystar? Blame it on the beach, grown men don't cry. The British Army who did. Crowy. You called him a false prophet. That's tough. Has he said anything about drones and nanoviruses being the locust and pestilence from Revelations, and the mark of the beast being the microchip? Yeah. I can. That sense of urgency. That's tough. I don't know. Did he catch a I mean, I've been there. I know what he's I know how he feels. Like I get the feeling. It's just a part of the journey. Isolated delusion with the spiritual power. Because when you get God's anointing or whatever, when you get the light on him, it drives people mad, man. Corrupt a man's heart with a gift. You just have to. It's more about building a space that allows them to find their own connection. You can't really force somebody to change, and that's what I was like. That's the lesson I've been trying to tell Brian for a long time, because I needed to learn it, and I still need to learn it. Is that the best way to help other people is to help yourself. Like the energy that he's spending on that, he should have been spending on like a bench press and doing workouts, diet. Like I needed to learn the same thing. When I found Vivek's cabin, I was spending every day trying to save everybody. And when I got locked in Vivek's cabin, or trapped there, all I was thinking about was, how do I get to Wilmington to help my friends? How do I save my friends? How do I get them to see the light? And then remember when the lion person showed up in my daydream and it turned me around and showed me how beautiful Vivek's cabin could become? It literally told me that the best way to help everybody. And when I was younger, I remember I didn't really struggle with I did struggle with berating people with my philosophical stuff that I thought was beautiful things I wanted to share. But in reality, all of the things I should have been doing was focusing on myself. I should have been spending less time driving around with my friends trying to teach them things. Or at least spent just as much time being that for myself in a way that lets me shoot past everybody. People might listen to Brian a lot more. One, if you got to be more humble than that. What was his evidence for the 3 days? Why did they have 3 days to repent? That sounds like a threat. I get that the astrological season changes. There were certain things that had to happen by yesterday because today's completely different. So maybe I had 3 months to do a certain amount of things, and now I can't, and the world has moved on. Yeah. This is some OG Casey content right here. Well, I think I would hope that he finds a way to articulate it better. And I worry about him posting stuff like that on the internet. I'm doing this so that other people don't have to. The thing is that God lets people believe, God will entertain delusions to see how far you'll go and what you'll do. So in some ways, he exaggerates situations to push people to the limit so that they can fall back into the beauty of the simplicity. So he gave them 3 days because that's an exaggerated action that fully lets people realize something, and then they all make an internal change. Casey O'Brien versus Planet Hank. Very exaggerated problems that at the end of it, when the war was over, people were able to just chill with a greater with a greater perspective. So Brian storming the castle and saying that it has to be this way, or however he did it. That's just how Casey would do it. is a brave action. This is a heavy. So you all feel. You all talk on the spiritual Ethernet. Are you all communicating in spirit? Okay. So he got up on the podium and said that there's 2 people in here that have 3 days to repent. Were they drug addicts? Like, with the 3 days, was he trying to give them an ultimatum to scare them? Or was it really like God said John Michael's going to die and then he died? And then what happened to those people 3 days later? Like maybe that was like, I mean, the crazy part of me wants to say that was God tuning Brian's skills and making him learn things about what he wanted to do in life. Like maybe he had to take it a bit too far, or, I don't think they make mistakes. Okay. Well, what was going to happen if they didn't repent in 3 days? Okay, so that seems like the culture needs to be broken apart. Like they need to be removed from the church to go to different places so that they can grow better. And maybe God can work with them. I think sickness is a lack of optimism. The pastor is sick. The world has changed. The cycle ended and changed. I'm gonna be pissed if my mom was the one that called the police.
Did you ever wonder what it's like to talk to a real life supermodel? 1-800-PHONE SEXY. You're just a phone call away from some of the hottest models on the planet. You'll never know what you're missing if you don't call us right now. Just call us anytime, 24/7, day or night. So we can talk about anything that you want. We're always here for you, so give us a call. 1-800-PHONE SEXY. Come on, you know you want to. We're the only babes you'll ever need.
These girls are on drugs.
When you want to feel clean and soft, try new Dial.
Yeah, someone from New York City called, supposedly.
Care ingredients. It deeply cleans and hydrates in one shower for confidence.
And they said I can call the Waterbury 911 and request a phone call for public records.
Experience the comfort of home.
I don't know. I don't know. Usually I have no viewers.
Wednesdays. The battle has just begun. Our partner thinks that he can really on television. And the rivals are more ruthless than ever. You're the biggest snake in the house. Can everyone stop scapegoating my name? You okay? Take a second. Damn it! Who will overcome their mystery? Don't want to do this. I'm not letting no one and win together. The Challenge All-Stars Rivals. All new Wednesdays at 8. Set in DVR. Kathy, she never really paid attention to our credit scores. Until she had credit card and user scores such as score one, like greatly on an auto loan, or some other credit loans. It's the credit card you can count on. Download the app today. Look, she's just sitting here building her credit by. I forgot you were here. Self gets you credit for the rent you were going to pay anyways, and reports it to the credit bureaus within 72 hours. Free credit building for renters with Self.
Doctor, you have to give me something. I'm really sick. What exactly are your symptoms? I'm like starting to question things that I've done.
That's what I was thinking about.
Question the person I've become.
That's what I was processing in my head. Literally, I was thinking about, did I disrespect the crow right before you said that? Like, I was literally asking the universe the moment that popped up. I was asking the universe if I did wrong by the crow, because I saw its child. There was a baby crow that flew above the camera and then flew into the tree. So I'm thinking about it now, and I was like, that was probably nature showing me that nature was watching. And then I was going back through and remembering that the crows did fly over me and were screaming at me today while I was holding the crow. And I was like, did I traumatize them and did I fuck with them? Did I disrespect the crow? Was I dishonoring the crow? Because I cut its head off. But I was going to cut the head off to wear it.
You'll hear all about how others in the world are mistreated, but nobody will care when you are. Being white is the hardest thing ever.
That's my little way. Oh, turn it up, honey. And the President of the United States today called the allegations against Randy Marsh total bullshit and claims the neighbors who came forward with the evidence video are tampon-faced 69 whistleblowers. When asked for clarification, the president's lawyer and treasonous pig Rudy Giuliani had this to say. We need everyone out there who don't think their voices are heard to make their voices louder. He's absolutely right. Starting tomorrow, the whites are going to start actively trying to stop all this trial nonsense.
Bob, Alejandro's on your phone and it's past phone use time.
Hey, what? He's trying to call Mexico. Alejandro, the whites cannot use mobile devices after 7 p.m.
Why would he try to call long distance to Mexico? Does he just assume that the whites have all the money in the world?
The whites don't call long distance.
Jason never tried to use mobile devices after the cutoff time. Jason never tried to call long distance.
Mm. Well, I've got to get the feathers, so I'm going to go out later. I'm going to go out at 3. I'm going to clean my room. So if he comes to my door to bother me tomorrow, Ken's going to remember me as the guy that mouthed off to him, and then the next day, he disassembled a crow on his property.
No matter how awful I am, I'm never as bad as the president, so okay. Help support Integrity Farms and Randy Marsh. Randy Marsh has done nothing wrong. Stop the ridiculous persecution.
Thanks.
Help accelerate Integrity Farms. Oh yeah, just ignore us. The whites are used to it.
Good one, honey.
Daddy! Alejandro isn't ringing his bell.
Alejandro, there's few enough of us as it is. We're not going to stop this trial unless all the whites chip in and ring your bell.
It's like he doesn't appreciate us, Bob.
No, I know.
I mean,
need to understand how much responsibility it is. We're so glad you came back, Mr. and Mrs. White. We have even more kids now whose parents have been deported. See what you like, Alejandro? Now that you're a white, you can pick anyone you want. Oh, here's a good one. 4 years old, parents just deported yesterday. He's a Panamanian Patango Pequeño. Do you like him, Alejandro? We can see how he gets along with the kids.
Quiero mi mamá. Nunca la va a poner. I think he likes him.
All right, Alejandro, but you have to take care of him and clean up after him.
This is a great addition to our family.
Yeah, now there'll be more whites to help us after those needless hearings.
I brought this. I didn't bring it down.
Hey, Marsh, you got a visitor. I do.
Why did my phone drop as I walked back? All right, I need to chill.
He thought you might need a little something special.
Yeah, she is. I just have to live up to my word and potential to make something happen.